The word bitch is employed in a variety of ways, from its literal meaning to its repressive, insulting, and scornful connotation. Is used to suppress woman's intellect, free thought, and expressionism. The worst insult that can be called towards a woman makes them feel degraded and causes them to feel unworthy. The use of bitch has various ways and means to call someone. Sometimes they used it to call their friends, or maybe in some young people they just used it as a positive description. However, I was commonly heard this in America, especially in today's modernization in Western countries. We might also hear this word often in Western movies, series, or even in the Western music industry. However, sometimes they use the word bitch to complain or refer to women. Joe L. stated that the use of the word bitch became a surge after women's suffrage in history. So in today's modernization, after using dozens of times to point out someone as a bitch, it became a controversy in women's rights, and we might see how the word bitch changed. Men have always found sanctity and sanctuary in their masculinity, since it embodies what it is to be a man in the modern world. I am not referring to men in general, but some of the men found it as pride or dominance towards someone. Yes, it does not seem to affect someone by calling them a bitch, since it was a cultural norm in today's society. But we should remember to be aware of how this word may affect someone. It's not just about pride, it's about the expectation that men have some responsibility for others. Suffered from the inhumane procedure of female genital mutilation. Nobody should be forced to do anything they do not want to do and have to live a life full of suffering because of it. Everyone should be considered to be equal and treated the same way, so that people in the society will have the freedom to associate with others, like living a normal life, share their knowledge, and get involved in different opportunities and activities that can give a positive impact on their society. Female genital mutilation is a form of violence against women and should be abolished. Our society is predominated by stereotypes and trends, which shape and form our society into what it is today. In truth, this is the culture we live in, and most of the time, we just ignore our prejudices and continue to follow our ideas regardless of what is truly right or wrong. It became a part of the society that they were expected to follow, though it may be offensive to people. Stereotypes can develop into prejudices, which is a positive or negative attitude towards someone or a group of people that's not completely based on reasons. It can lead to negative behavior, which is called discrimination. But why do we make stereotypes? Well, it comes to the fact that we look at ourselves as a perfect person. It is an automatic process that allows us to quickly classify people and predict their behaviors and decide how to act around them. Forced marriage. There is no place in civilized society for the early or forced marriage of children. Despite the progress in our nation, this is not always the case for some young girls to experience. So, as a part of society, why do I think that it is important to make forced marriage to be abolished? The reason is just simple: it is important for everyone that this is against the law and this should not be tolerated. Since we were talking about the women's life, it is just something that forces them to do against their will, which is inhumane and unacceptable. This is a problem in today's society. The culture of acceptance is not accepting the acceptable.